Welcome back from the weekend. Today we're going to update you a bit on the SEC lawsuit against Kraken, and we're going to dive deep into the Howey test, what it is, why it's important, and how it relates to crypto. Thank you so much for checking the channel out. As always, my name is Agabus. This is your financial education channel. Today we're here at Bitcoin.com, where the SEC identifies 16 crypto tokens as securities in a Kraken lawsuit. The SEC has identified 16 crypto tokens as securities in its lawsuit against crypto exchange Kraken. Some of the alleged crypto securities were the same as those highlighted in the SEC's lawsuits against Coinbase and against Binance. Kraken's CEO stressed, "We strongly disagree with the SEC claims, stand firm in our view that we do not list securities, and plan to vigorously defend our position." In the lawsuit against the crypto exchange Kraken, the SEC named 16 tokens as securities. The regulator's complaint states, quote, "Kraken currently makes available for trading crypto assets that have been the subject of prior SEC enforcement actions based upon their status as crypto asset securities, including crypto assets trading under the symbols ADA, AXS, Algo, Atom, CHC, COTI, Dash, File, Flow, ICP, Mana, Matic, Near, OMG, Sand, and Sol." Like Kraken, Coinbase has insisted that its platform does not list crypto securities, and in July, Coinbase's chief legal officer, Paul Grewal, asserted the SEC's interpretation of investment contract violates the law. U.S. Senator Cynthia Lummis from Wyoming called to Congress to pass a regulatory framework to provide clear rules to the SEC on what is a security and what is a commodity. On Twitter, also known as X today, the SEC cannot continue ruling by enforcement. Crypto asset companies have repeatedly tried to get guidance from the SEC, only to be hit with enforcement actions causing unnecessary harm to consumers. And I know what most of you are thinking. What is a security? How do you define it? And what is the SEC's definition of one? Well, we're over here at mbroker.com to figure that out. There is what's called the Howey test, which was established by the Supreme Court in a Howey case, which has now become known as the Howey test, to see if a security is created. What are some of the elements that are designed in order for them to know if it's a security? There needs to be, number one, an investment of money, meaning you are putting money to work, placing it somewhere. Number two is in a common enterprise. Some would say that you and others are pooling their money, pooling their funds in order to purchase something or to be involved in some sort of investment. Number three, a reasonable expectation of profit, meaning the money you and others put to work, you assume that the money is going to grow and you will have some sort of profit in the future. And number four is the big one, derived from the efforts of others. This number four seems to be where all the hang-up is with the SEC and some of these other crypto companies. The one that comes to mind would be Ripple Labs and their XRP token. Some would argue that the SEC Howey test, which is based off of a Supreme Court ruling back in 1946, is too old and outdated and does not look ahead into the new digital age, digital space, and blockchain technology. And some are saying that the Howey test is either outdated and needs to be thrown out, or it needs to be amended and changed and updated for some of the new products that are out there on the market these days. For those of you who are worried or concerned about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, well, Bitcoin is not considered a security due to this Howey test because in June 2018, the former chair of the SEC, Jay Clayton, clarified that Bitcoin is not a security. He says, quote, "Cryptocurrencies, these are replacements for sovereign currencies. They replace the dollar, the euro, the yen with Bitcoin. That type of currency is not a security." Again, we're over here at ccn.com to get a deeper dive into some of these definitions. And again, we're going to hang our hat on the efforts of others. The promoters or another party's efforts must account for the majority of the revenues. This suggests that rather than the individual investor, the success of the investment should depend on the talents, knowledge, and managerial efforts of someone else. If these tokens are deemed as securities under the Howey test, They are now classified as a security and would now be subject to additional regulatory requirements such as registration with relevant authorities and compliance with the securities laws. One of the biggest things when it comes to efforts of others with some of these other tokens, the argument would be that behind XRP there is Ripple Labs, a company trying to use the token. Behind Ethereum there is the Ethereum Foundation. Behind Cardano, there is a Cardano Foundation. That a lot of these tokens have some foundation, company, organization around other people's efforts to hopefully prop up or to have success with these tokens. We shall see where the Howey test and the SEC rules come into play in the future, but as of right now, it seems like very few cryptocurrencies have been deemed a security if they're replacing sovereign tender laws. Thank you for following all the way to the end. As always, stay inquisitive, stay informed, and stay subscribed for more. We'll see you tomorrow.